sooner or later we need to clean up the fretboard on our guitar. In this case, as you can see in your screen right now, a Western guitar I bought via Thomann GE, the great German music shop. I've been doing some research on the internet, of course, before I'm doing anything to my guitar fretboard. And at a certain time, I went to a music shop in Denmark and said to the man at the counter, I need some oil for my guitar fretboard. And the first thing he pulled out was some oil, and then he suggested that I should put this product on my guitar fretboard. What a rotten suggestion. This is wax for shining up your guitar body and so on, and not for the fretboard. Let me say it as it is, folks. If some of my very expensive guitars were damaged because of the treatment I gave my guitar fretboard, on behalf on the advice from the music shop in Denmark, I would have held them economical responsible, of course. So the first thing to do is, of course, to unstring your guitar. And when you have the strings of your guitar, it's a golden opportunity to give your guitar some tender love and care, some TLC. Yes, alrighty. So now, as you can see in your window, there's no strings on this Western guitar. So now I'm gonna clean up my guitar fretboard. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a tooth picker. In this instance, a plastic tooth picker. I would recommend using a wooden tooth picker and scraping off the dirt that had accumulated towards the steel frets or the steel inlay, so the frets are divided. Gently, and I can see that there are some dirt coming off here. And remember, fellow guitarists, when we are playing at our instrument, the first thing we have to do before playing is washing the hands, because we don't want to transfer any rubbish or dirt from our fingers to the guitar strings and to the guitar fretboard. So rule number 1, let me see your fingers. Hygiene matters. Always wash your fingers before you play your guitar. And another procedure I'm starting to use is that when I have been practicing for some hours, several days a week, I always dry off my guitar strings with a cloth, and I can see the dirt accumulated in my white cloth here. You can see here in the window, here we have, this is a string just wiped up with a dry cloth. Okay, folks. Now, why don't I just start with a sponge and some mildly concentrated soap water on the fretboard? Because I don't need to get the dirt wet and messed around on my guitar fretboard. So the more dirt I can remove here in the dry phase, in the dry process, this better. Okay, so just to shorten it up, and by the way, you can see the areas where you are playing the most at your guitar, because it's gonna be the places that are most dirty. So maybe we could extract some knowledge alone from the dirt from our guitar. Oh, I'm always playing in fret 5 to 8 or whatever is the case for you. Okay, so scraping off some dirt here. Yes, fine. Now I'm taking a sponge, putting it into some temperate water, not hot, not cold, in between, and gently starting to put it on the guitar fretboard. Yes. I'm not soaking it up too much, and I don't need the water to soak up the guitar fretboard too much. because later on in the process I'm gonna put on some lemon oil, and be sure that the oil that you're gonna put on your guitar fretboard is suitable for the wood you have on your guitar fretboard. Better safe than sorry. Okay, now I'm gonna take the rough end of the sponge here and trying to get out the dirt which is accumulated towards the steel in the frets. Yeah. So. Okay, I'm taking a clean cloth and drying off the humidity and this soaky water. Just a mild concentration, folks, not too much soap, because the soap is gonna dry out the wood on your guitar fretboard. The wood is still, even though it is placed on your guitar, a living thing. Yes, and by the way, while I'm sitting here, I can see some rest of this product on my guitar fretboard. Don't use this on your guitar fretboard, and don't give bad advices in music stores when customers are asking for oil for the guitar fretboard. They need some oil for the guitar fretboard and not all other kind of products. Music stores have a responsibility for the advice they are giving the customers. There's no way around it. And by the way, if your guitar need a serious TLC, tender love and care, and also some adjustment, then you want to seek up a so-called luthier. He or she is what the doctor is for humans and what the veterinarians are for animals. The guitar doctors. Okay. Now the next step in the process is the oil treatment. I got a ultimate lemon oil. I'm not going to endorse any kind of special products. So yeah, I'm just gonna tell you I'm using this lemon oil. Yes. Okay, folks, behold. On the top of the lemon oil container, there is some kind of sponge. And the idea with that is to press it down, turn it around and press it down on the guitar fretboard. But behold, there is dirt accumulated on the sponge that are attached to the oil for the guitar fretboard. So what is the result gonna be of that? I'm rubbing the dirt from the sponge on the lemon oil directly onto my guitar fretboard. I don't want to do that. I'm in the process of removing dirt from my guitar fretboard. I'm not in the process of applying dirt from my guitar fretboard. Oh, hey, by the way, from this angle I can see there are some accumulated dirt here. So remember, check out the steel from both sides, because the dirt always find a way and will accumulate on both sides of your guitar fretboard steel inlay. So there was a little rest here, I can see. Away with that. So then, and remember, gently does it. I've seen some pushing the advice for using some kind of steel wool. I wouldn't use steel wood for my wood on my guitar, but then again, I am not a trained luthier. I am an amateur musician. So, if you want to be totally sure, always remember, double check your information. It's always a good thing to be critical about information on the internet and YouTube as well. Okay, now I'm gonna take this oil container, finding a clean place on my cloth here. I got it here. Now I'm gonna press the lemon oil container down on my finger, and I can see it is getting soaked, it is getting wet, and thus the cloth is getting transparent. Oh, now I can see my finger. I got plenty of oil on my cloth now. Now I'm taking the cloth and not the dirty sponge on the guitar lemon oil container, because I don't want to apply more dirt on my guitar fretboard. I'm trying to clean it, not to mess it up. Okay, so applying oil. Yeah, oil. Yeah. Yeah, how much oil should you use? Yeah, the purpose of the oil is to soak in. The wood is gonna soak up the oil, and at some point the wood is gonna be saturated with this oil. So after I know that the wood is saturated with oil, I'm gonna dry off the excess oil from the guitar fretboard. But I'm just gonna let it soak it in for a couple of minutes. And by the way, you might also experience that you can't get the sponge in closely enough to the steel inlays on the guitar fretboard. My wife has a Spanish guitar, artisan. Yeah, that's for artist. Spanish guitar, and also plays Spanish guitar and is a skilled musician. In some areas more skilled musician than I am. And she just took some oil for cooking and put it on her guitar fretboard. And it works nicely. But then again, folks, be sure to put on the right product on your guitar fretboard. You don't want to mess up your guitar fretboard, and you don't want to mess up the process of tender love and care for your beloved instrument. In Denmark we had a very hot summer, so of course the wood is going to react to humidity, warm and cold. I've been practicing all winter in my local clubhouse in my sales club, and when transporting my guitar in my guitar bag, of course I were assured that it was insulated and protected against rain and snow. It smells nice, that lemon oil. Okay, as you can see in your screen, I am rubbing the oil in on the guitar fretboard. Yes, and now that I'm close in looking at the guitar fretboard, I can see that there are some of the steel inlays that have been influenced by the guitar string and have become a little flat on the top. When you need to clean the steel inlays on your guitar fretboard, then you could use the steel wool. But before that, my fellow musicians, you have masked off all the wooden areas on your guitar. Also mask the hole for the sound hole, and if you are doing it on an electric guitar, remember to mask off your microphones, because they have magnets and they're gonna suck in all them iron particles, and you don't want that. But in this case we are applying oil and giving some TLC to a Western guitar. By the way, should there be any out there in the YouTube space and the multiverse who are wiser than me and have some advice and or maybe some criticism of me, I am interested in your frank opinion. But it shouldn't be Einstein science. And again, people and folks, let's keep it simple. Let's reduce the complexity instead of doing the opposite. Instead of banning the dark, let's light up a candle. Yeah. Rubbing in the oil. Okay, folks. Now I'm gonna let it soak in for a couple of minutes and then I'm gonna wipe up the excess oil with my clean cloth. Have fun giving your guitar some tender love and care, and of course it's gonna be a nice output in the end, and I just can't wait to get my new strings on and hear how it sounds. I know these strings are very good for this guitar because the guitar came with these strings. So I'm gonna put on the strings that my guitar, Western guitar, came with. Adamas acoustic guitar 012. Remember to put on the cap for your lemon oil. Yes, and yeah, the last advice from me regarding giving your guitar some TLC is have a clean space around you. I have placed my guitar on a table with a blanket under. I don't want to scratch my guitar in any way or inflict any kind of wounds on my lovely instrument. It turned out so right for lemon for my guitar fretboard.